So this is part 3 of the 2018 RealmX bow review. In my other videos, I've had requests that I incorporate some shooting to actually see the draw cycle of the bow. So that's what I'm going to do here now. This bow again is at 29 inches and a little over 70 pounds of draw weight. Yesterday I was in the gym doing legs and I haven't lifted today, so I'm nice and fresh. So take it for what it's worth. But this is the draw cycle of this bow on comfort setting. Another thing to note as I'm shooting here is the noise or the lack of. As I've said in part 2 of the bow review, this is a very quiet bow. I don't think it's quite as silent as the Triax, but it is a very small step down from there, and I think probably the second quietest bow I've shot all year. So again, watch the draw cycle, watch the hold, and listen for the lack of noise. So sorry about the traffic outside. It's winter here in Iowa, but today is actually one of the nicer days it's been in a while. So once again, 70 pounds, 29-inch draw, comfort setting on the RealmX. So there you go. I'm going to take this inside now and kind of wrap up my final thoughts on this bow. So here we are back inside after shooting the bow a couple times, and I wanted to do a little bit of wrap up and give you my thoughts and analysis on the RealmX and how it compares to the rest of the bows that I've shot so far in the 2018 lineups. Now, as you could tell hopefully from the video of me shooting the bow, it was a very gentle draw cycle. All the bows this year have been smooth, meaning there's not a lot of hump or build up in the draw cycles. But this one to me has been the gentlest of all of them, meaning that it's probably the easiest per pound of weight to draw. And that of course is on the comfort setting as I have the bow set right now. I've only shot this bow in performance a few times when I first got it, just to reaffirm that isn't the draw cycle for me, and it's not. So after that, switched it to comfort, and that's where it remained. Now, to recap, speed on this bow is at right about 287, 288, right around there, feet per second for a 467 grain arrow. So the same weight of arrow, I'm getting almost identical speeds, right within a foot per second or two with the Hoyt Hyperforce, and those both are falling about anywhere from 5 to 7 feet per second slower than the Triax. Now, that's pretty impressive to me because this bow, one, has a greater brace height than both the Hoyt Hyperforce and the Matthews Triax. So those are both 6-inch brace height bows, and this is a 6.5 inch brace height bow, so you get an extra additional ½ inch of brace height. And to me, the draw is the easiest pulling of those 3 bows. So for me, the performance you get out of this bow for the draw cycle is the best out of the 3 I've tested so far this year. Now, as far as noise is concerned, this bow is a very quiet bow, and I'd say it is just a very small percentage below the Triax when it comes to noise. So the Triax is still clearly number 1. This bow is number 2, and the Hoyt Hyperforce for me has been number 3 on noise. For vibration now vibration being different than noise, the vibration of this is clear mark below the Triax, and I'd say right on par with the Hoyt Hyperforce. The difference being the vibration in this bow after the shot does not translate into noise at the amount of noise that I feel it does in the Hoyt Hyperforce. Again, we're kind of splitting hairs to some degree here because all of these bows are quiet, all these bows are smooth, and they're all fast. But when you're paying your hard-earned money for a bow, these are the things you're going to have to consider. So for vibration, I consider it right on par with the Hoyt Hyperforce and a step down from the Matthews Triax. So for speed, I have it number 2, or right at with the Hoyt. But for the brace height you get and the draw cycle, I would say this is probably the best pulling bow out of the 3. So you have a winner out of those 3 to me for the draw cycle. Combined with the additional ½ inch of brace height, that is a clear winner. For fit and finish wise on this bow, fit and finish being the color fusion into the riser, as I've spoke to part 1 and 2 of the review. This is a clear winner as far as the finish goes onto the bow. So for your money, for what you're paying for, this bow returns a better finish in the product than do the other 2. On grip alone, I would place this about equal with the Matthews Triax, which is a step below the Hoyt Hyperforce. To me, the redesign this year on Hoyt's grip is very well done, and it ranks number 1 to me, with this and the Triax just below it. Now, all are repeatable grips, all fit the hand well, but for comfort wise, the Hoyt Hyperforce to me is the winner out of those. But again, grip is something very personal, and everybody's going to have to shoot these bows to kind of find out what works best for you, what feels best for you. So there you have it. If any of you guys have any questions, please post it below in the comments, and I will do my best to get back with you. You know, you really can't go wrong. I've had a hard time even seeing a bad bow this year out of anybody's offerings, and the 3 I've reviewed so far have been really solid, good bows that'll last you a long time. So there you have it, the Bowtech RealmX, part 3 of this review. I hope you enjoy, and have a good hunt.